Hey guys, Cameron here in my 3D print lab. I've got a couple things going here. I also have my Prusas over there. But we have something in the lab today that I'm really excited about, and that is the Anker M5. I was one of the very first backers for this thing. I am not a paid person on this. I paid money just like anyone else into the Kickstarter. I just happened to be in that first 500 group, and I do have the M5 ready here for unboxing. So let's go take a look at it. That is a nice looking little toolkit. Extra plate. So unfortunately, the app's not on the Play Store, and there's no software to speak of. So for now, we're going to run the auto level and do a test print on the file that actually exists on the machine. 49-point auto level, huh? So while we're waiting for this to start, I will say everything looks pretty flush. We'll see what happens once we try to print, but out of the box, setting this thing up, super easy. They say a 15-minute setup. I would say it's even less than that. It took me about 8 minutes. So props to Anker. It does feel very solid, and it looks really nice. Like, not gonna lie, the finish is really good. The lighting and the screen look great so far. So, I mean, haven't printed yet, but we'll do a time lapse of this alignment and then our first print. Okay, we got our leveling successful. Now I just want to play with this. Says I'll go to home first. Sure, home. Not gonna lie, it sounds very smooth when that bed's moving. The Z-axis maybe not so much, but that Y-axis sounds very smooth. Okay, just moving that Z-axis out of the way. I'm gonna get this bed on here a little bit better. That's a little bit harder than a Prusa to get aligned because there's no screws to kind of help you, but minor issue. So that's our move on the Y-axis as well. Back and forth. Okay. We've already done our... Haven't played with Z offset, but we'll have to play with that in a minute. On the local, we have AnkerMake test, and we have one item. So let's first see what it takes to load this thing. So I'm going to preheat the nozzle. 220 sounds fine. And we'll start that preheat. Now the post here, I mean, that's a nice sturdy rod. That is very solid. And I'm just going to go ahead and load this. I'm going to push it through the Bowden tube. That was very easy to load. I didn't feel the filament sensor like it was in the way like you feel on like the CR10S Pro, where it has an issue. Caught a little bit right there, and ooh, it looks like it had some red filament in there. But yeah, loading is super easy. That even felt pretty sticky on the bed, even with that. This filament seems like 220 is probably too hot for it, but because it's leaking like mad. But let's go ahead and let's run the test. Okay. 2 hours and 3 minutes. We're using their filament, so hopefully that's what they want. And I'm curious to see how fast this will actually print this test. One thing I'll have to watch out for, since this is a first print, I'm hoping it doesn't go through the bed because the Z offset isn't set yet or something. So this is the homing process on a print, it looks like. It's weird it's those on the back there. I don't know. Oh, it's doing a white there. Okay. Well, first thing I'll say, that is definitely fast. That is very fast. And the Z offset looked fine. It looked a little low, but it went so fast I I couldn't really adjust anything. That is very fast. It's hard to see the black PLA on the black bed, but adhesion looks really good. One thing I'm noticing is it doesn't by default tell you temperatures on this side. Let's go ahead and look. Oh wow, it's doing 230 and 60. That seems a little hot. But it is PLA plus, so oh, actually, you know what? It just went up a layer and went to 200. It must do 230 for the first layer, and then 200 after that. So as fast as this is going, that was the first layer. Now we're on the second layer. Ooh, fans kicking in. And yeah, this thing is flying. We'll go ahead and let this finish and see what it looks like at the end. Okay, so I was able to do a test print, and here it is. I have it here on the bed, and it looks really great. You can see that this test print came out beautifully. You can look and see the fineness of those points. For how fast it was printing too, I mean, this is this is pretty good. So here's the deal, that something that's especially good about this is I literally assembled the machine, let it do its calibration, initial calibrations, and hit go. I didn't adjust a Z height. I didn't do anything except hit print. So Anker has definitely succeeded on a plug and play, right out of the box experience. So for that, I highly give them props. That seems to be, in terms of hardware, the real deal. Unfortunately, and I don't know if Anker expected some of us to get these printers this early or not, but the software side is a complete question mark. And to be honest, it doesn't feel good as a Kickstarter backer to get a printer that has no software, because now how do I print? Sure, I know how to load up Cura. I know how to search forums and Discord and Reddit for profiles that will probably work with the AnkerMake, but there's no day one manufacturer support for actually getting things printed. Anker promises their slicer software and their Google Play app, and they're both MIA at this point in time, which I'm sure those are coming soon. But I am very impressed at the hardware. The quality that this is able to print is very decent. I want to talk a little bit about some things that I liked about the printer so far. First of all, I don't know. It seems when it's moving, it seems very sure of itself, and that's with no adjustment on my part. That's right out of the box. It seems to be very tightly calibrated. I mean, these finer points with this little stringing is pretty impressive when it's going as fast as it was. Some of the things that I don't like, I've had CR10s, I've had CR10S Pro, Enders, and Prusa MK3S and S Pluses. And I would say this is a fairly loud printer. And what's funny is it's not necessarily, it's not super loud in terms of the axes, but the fan noise is quite loud on this machine. I would compare it to probably a first generation CR10 if you're used to that. Pretty loud. So that is one area. I mean, an MK3S is much quieter than this thing. But other than that, I am surprised with the fit and finish on the device. You know, I would have said, hey, it's a first generation, first take. There could have been some blemishes. The finish could have been not quite as nice, but it looks great. And even their, I mean, I don't have a ton of experience. This is one print, but the quality looks great. I mean, I'm pleased. So those are my first impressions on the AnkerMake M5 as a day one backer on this thing. So it's finally here and it's looking good. They just need to step up their game and bring us the software, and we'll be able to test both the AI functionality that they're talking about and the camera monitoring, which is what I really want to see. So we'll see if Anker comes through, but right now this M5 is looking like it is a really great starter printer for anyone, not to mention it's very fast. I obviously haven't been able to do much comparative because I am going to have to wait for that software to come out, and it's all about the way you slice it in terms of getting it to go the speed that Anker thinks that it should go at. We're going to have to wait to see what their profiles look like. So a little bit remains to be seen, but stay tuned to the channel, subscribe. We'll have more details on this Anker M5 as they come through. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.